Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good everything. Wherever you are listening to me this very instant, how are you doing? I will always ask that question. Yep. You know, sometimes when you hear people ask, you may feel that it's rhetoric. They just want to make some small talk. It's not always the case. Sometimes that question means a lot. I'm fine, I'm doing fine. It's been beautiful where, I am. Thank God for everything, all what we've been doing. Yes, I'm back into the space of positivity, the space of, words taking flight. So, what am I going to be doing today? Which do you prefer? Magic? Miracles? Magic? Miracles? Which do you prefer? I've had this conversation. I always do it in words, in-house, either with my wife or with my kids or with some close friends. We talk about it, and somehow I was like, okay, I need to share this with my audience to hear their thoughts. Miracles, magic. I assume you know what a miracle is. And the minute you hear miracles, what comes to your mind is God. Most likely. But when you hear magic, obviously, let me tell you what I saw here. Magic is the practice of manipulating natural or supernatural forces through rituals, illusions, or symbolic actions to influence events, to heal, to entertain. A supernatural event, but you see that manipulation is a practice. You could call it a sorcery or something. So which do you prefer? I love miracles. I'm a product of miracle. God is not a magician. He's a miracle worker. And when you understand this, you would know peace in your activity, how you work, and the way you go about things. Let me begin with this story. Yep. That story in the Bible too, actually, but I'll begin with this one first. The story of Hannah, when she went to Shiloh to pray, and Eli, the prophet, met with her. After seeing her, in his opinion, she was drunk because her lips were moving and nothing was heard. Her pain was there, that God could hear her. And when he interrogated her and she opened up to him, after his investigation, he said something that blew me away. He said, "Go. The Lord bless you." The Lord, he said the priestly prayer over her, said, "By this time next year, you would be with a child." Elisha was another person who said that same thing to another widow. I was like, okay, he's a prophet. He's a priest. Why did he not just tell her, "Go, tomorrow morning you will be with," like you have a child, what you will call magic. Maybe conjure up something. But he said to her, "Go." And by this time, so he factored in the process God put in place, not manipulating the process God put in place. Miracles happen when we follow the principles God has put in place. What does that suppose or connote or denote? The place of work. Work is of God. You know, lately we've been struggling. Yes, a good number of us were now struggling with a lot of teachings out there, a lot of knowledge out there that talks about quick fix. God is not a fixer. No, God doesn't. He's not Mr. Fix-It in that sense. He's not. Have you ever seen a butterfly, hatching, coming out of its cocoon? Have you seen? Go watch it, but I'll tell you. When you watch a butterfly going through the cycle of life, the butterfly cycle, when it's from the egg to the larva, before it gets to the imago and life is formed. The butterfly takes, when you watch it, when it's coming out of the cocoon, it takes more than an hour. Do you know why? So, in the process of being born or birthing in that sense, the butterfly gets to a stage in the cocoon. The cocoon is swollen. The butterfly is swollen within there. So for the butterfly to emerge and what they call the wings and all that, it must go through that little slit. And what does that do to the butterfly? It squeezes the fluid out of the abdomen of the butterfly, giving it the necessary weight, the balanced weight to fly. If you're there, you feel sorry for the butterfly, and sometimes you may think, let me go cut it open, but you have killed the butterfly. The minute you do that, the butterfly is gone, it's dead. So you see now, there is a timeline. We live in time. We exist in time. We are creatures of time. Yes. So the miracles God performs in our lives, are they instant? Yes. Manifestation takes time. Yeah, it does. God is not a magician. If you've spent time with God, if you've been with Him, you notice that the first day, it feels like nothing. The second day, third day, fourth day, it becomes a lifestyle. In a week, 2, 1 month, 1 year, before you know it, people around you begin to ask questions. You're looking different. What are you doing to yourself? Have you noticed? Ask me. This is when you spend time with God in His presence, you don't eat like other people. There are certain meals instinctively or intuitively you begin to avoid. There are certain things you begin to stay away from. And you begin to see this change. Be it in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, in your environment. Yeah. A good example is, you know the story of Moses on the mount? He was on the mount for 40 days. That's what the Bible says. 40 days. A week and 10 days. Only God knows what Moses was doing on that mountain for 40 days. Maybe he didn't even know that time went that fast, but 40 days. But this is where I'm going with this, my thought. When he came down from the mountain, after 40 days, the children of Israel could not recognize him. They couldn't. They knew it was Moses, quite all right. But something was different about him. His appearance. That's a miracle. Yeah, that's a miracle. And it points to how God works with us, in us, through us, for us. So when you want to achieve that thing, it's a miracle. Somebody defined it as when preparation meets opportunity, a miracle is born. And a wise man put it that way. I think it was Bishop David Edward that put it that way. I think I read it some time in one of his materials. So there's a place of preparation. There's a place for preparation, opportunity. When they collide, that is it. Now somebody will ask, are you trying to say that things don't happen instantly? I didn't say that. No, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm telling you how the world works. His word. How it works. So guys, that's what I came to do today. God is a miracle worker. He's not a magician. So in our country, in our climate, there's been a lot of struggle with this generation, with the instant mentality, the instant, mindset, the instant narrative, the instant algorithm. So we now play or downplay work. We now downplay competence. We now downplay diligence. We now downplay work. I'm not talking about labor. I'm talking about work. Put your hands to it. So you now see people fight, people quarrel, in the instant mindset. I want it now. I want it now. I want it. Okay. But do you know that if you want it now, tomorrow is now. 3 days from now is now. Yeah, it is. That's why scripture calls it now faith. Now faith. It's a now thing. It is not instant as you think. Yeah. And I think societies that dwell on such narrative creates criminality, gullibility, creates animosity. You now have monsters made out of men because you want instant gratification. But when you approach it from the place of miracle, you see that you're building every day. You're working every day. Just like you put a seed in a soil and you come, you observe. Only if you know what's happening there, you water it, you tend it, and you see it. You see the miracle of life. It's like the chemicals are working, the molecular structures, the biology, the chemistry, the physics that God has spoken into being, they are responding. Every day you're looking at the miracle of life. It's like, my. It's amazing. Yes. So, you want miracles? I want miracles. Not magic. I want miracles. Not illusion. I want miracles, not sorcery. So that tells me I need to prepare, I need to work. Now, do you know that miracle points to productivity and efficiency? Yeah. Productivity. Miracle points to, now let me paint this. Miracle points to prosperity. Prosperity points to productivity. Productivity points to efficiency. The backbone of prosperity is productivity. Because when he said to them, you will prosper, he didn't stop there. He said, you will prosper in that which you do. There's a place for productivity. What does it mean to be productive? I know I've said this before on the show, and I'm going to say it again. When he said to them, the land flows with milk and honey. Okay, it flows with milk and honey. Okay, how do you get milk? You milk a cow. Good. How do you milk a cow? If you don't train, if you don't know how to milk a cow, you lose. They are gone, your teeth, everything. What about the honey? You get it from bees. Okay, fine. How do you do that? So you must learn to walk. Productivity, technique. You study. You look at it again and again. You take time and look at when the bees, when they are nesting, what time are they active? What time are they not active? Okay, you look at the humidity, you look at the temperature, okay? You look at the growth, the foliage. Okay, you look at, where do they normally build their nest or their hive, as we want to call it? Is it at the cliff? Is it on the tree? You see now? So you've taken your time. You're taking notes, you're jotting, you're putting them down. You're creating what we will call the science. You know, the word conscience comes from, or the word science and conscience. You see? Conscience, conscience, that's knowledge. The word science speaks of knowledge. Your conscience. Let me not go there. But you come to see that is productivity. That is miracle. Guys, this is what I came to do on the show today. To help your understanding, to help your mindset. So that when you go out there pursuing that dream, remember, it's a miracle that you need. Don't forget that. It's a miracle that you need. And there's only one who performs miracles. Jehovah. Miracles. Right then, got to go now. But as you go out there and as you dwell on this more, remember, with God, all things are possible. And with Him is miracle all the way. We don't do things because they are easy. We don't do the easy. We do the possible. Or we do the impossible, because with God, all things are possible. All right, I got to go now. Yes, we are available on all the social media platforms. Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel. I encourage you, go ahead, subscribe, hit that notification button so that when episodes like this come, you'll be the first to know. And do share with your friends, share with your family. Let's help grow the positive narrative, in our world and get people, yes, to believe in miracles. All right, till I come your way again. You know how I say it. My name is Amachree. Amachree Isoboye.